SPY analysis. You guys know every morning I am live on Ticker Talker TV. I am walking through my watch list, how I built it up. Here is my watch list for today. And today we had the SPY, we had Apple, Amazon, Facebook, all had massive earnings. You can see them. They are ripping to the upside today. And Google. All right. So when we look at that, we can say, all right, here's our big ones. Google is down 78 points today, right? Microsoft is down 347. So when we look at Microsoft and we look at it here, we can see, all right, when we're looking at it, we see where are we in relation to where we were just after earnings. Well, just after earnings, we pulled back all the way down to 197.50. We touched it almost today. We came down to 199, so still $1.50 to the downside that we could potentially go, but we're right here around support at 199.80, 200, bouncing off of it right now. And so seeing that, in my opinion, these guys might be loading up. We're somewhat in this channel. They took it up to the upside, down, came, we sort of went sideways, now we're coming down. On Google, massive red day. Now everything that's going on with the social media, as far as also, what am I trying to say? The FTC or FCC that's trying to regulate all of these big tech companies. You can see we had a nice support level back here, roughly 1485, right? And then once we broke down below that, right here, down we went, right? So coming down, we've got a bit of a dreaded H right here. So we've got some big name tech stocks that are pulling down the Qs. We were up really big this morning. We are bouncing off of the top of this box. Now, we were here for a couple days. It surged up, came down, testing it again. Maybe they are going to go ahead and go into late recess tonight. I don't even know. You know, I'm from DC. I should know at what time they go ahead and they end their session for the day, but they need to go ahead and figure out some sort of solution. You know, my heart goes out to everybody that is dealing with unemployment in the States. I know it's a tough scenario, and if they don't come up with this bill, it can be detrimental. You know, it happened to a lot of government employees before that they weren't getting paid. Does Trump want to have that on his hands again? In my opinion, no. So there's a chance, a slight chance, that we're going to have a Hail Mary going into close today. It is still just 1:20 in the afternoon, so we do have time to go ahead and move forward with that. And they could go ahead and actually pass something through in the last couple minutes of the day, and then the market could really rally. Hey, look, we've got this stimulus package that's going forward, and this is going to be amazing. Right now with Apple, it's just sort of trading sideways. It came to a midline on our upward on a short going into earnings. It can just end up into a short squeeze. So when we're looking at the big picture, today, if there's no resolution by the end of the day, we might see a big downturn for the next month that's coming, or after August 7th, because August 7th is going to be when the Senate is going to go into recess for another month. If there is no resolution with some sort of stimulus for the U.S. economy, that will likely change people's sentiment in going forward. Now, inflation did come out this morning, and with inflation, they were saying that it was a little bit lower, 3% instead of 3.1%, which is amazing to me because we're just printing all this money. So how could inflation be lower than expected when we're constantly printing money? Now, Zach or Mike, do you guys have any questions from the live stream? Let's go back and I will pull this up on my list. So I'll quickly run through the ones on my list for today. So we had KODK as a potential short. For those that do not know low float runners, this is a perfect example. You have that 1 day, 2 days, third day, 1 day, a little bit of volume, second day, third day, and then a hover, and then we went ahead and pulled back, right? Pulled all the way back down. Now, are we going to come all the way back down to $2, or is it going to surge up from here? There's descending volume. Not a lot of people are buying into it, and it could very quickly turn into a sad scenario for everybody that bought up here at $60. This is the low float pump and dump parabolic move, and there are many traders that do just trade this style of stock. It can be amazing when you're on the right side of the trade. However, if you'd been a short right here and then it goes up to $60, ouch, right? You owe $50 a share. That could be really painful if you have a very large position. Also, when we're looking at the banks, some interesting things happening, right? We're seeing gold and silver moving to the upside. We're also seeing other metals, platinum as well, copper as well, are going to the upside, and the banks are pulling back. We've also seen that GBTC is going to the upside. Bitcoin and the crypto world is sort of growing. So when we sort of piece this together, there was a big announcement today about Russia, declaring cryptocurrency, trying to regulate that over in Russia today. When we look at that and we say, all right, the dollar is weakening, people are buying metals, cryptos are starting to go up, and the banks are potentially dropping. Does that mean that money is now somewhat flowing into the cryptocurrency world? Are people going to that to turn to it as a new form of currency? We also have crypto.com that has their new Bitcoin Visa card that is out there and readily available. That could be the new world that we live in. We already live in a credit card world. So what's the difference if you're paying with a US dollar in a bank account or a Bitcoin or an Ethereum in a crypto wallet, right? You could have that crypto wallet at home, you pay your bill once a month, and you use your Visa card. So it could be the new normal, right? If the US dollar is going to be completely devalued and we're going to have some sort of world currency, what could it be? It could be a Bitcoin, it could be Ethereum, it could be Ripple, it could be a gold-backed crypto coin. I don't know what it's going to go towards, but it seems like now Microsoft built that chip and filed a patent for being able to use crypto with your fingertip. So it seems like a lot of these big tech companies are moving in the world of crypto. The governments are also starting to put some regulations out on cryptos. I don't know how they're going to really regulate it that well, but they're starting to put that in place. So it seems like we might be moving towards the crypto world, much like we went from a record to a CD player and now we're on MP3s. Why can't we do that with a currency, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I know it was really quick today, but I will see you again on Monday. Be cautious going into close today. It could be a wild ride. We have gone ahead and seen, pretty big move for this week, SPY. And we were in this channel, we pulled, that could be a big sell sign. I really like this pink dotted EMA. I got some hate on Twitter for that this week, which is funny. So you can see, hey, it bounced right there, it bounced right here. You got to go with what works. So are we going to bounce again off of this 320.27, pull back from 321.50 down to 320.27, or is this now the new bottom that we are going to be setting up right here from 319.64? I'll do it from the candles right here. So is this going to be our new upward trend that we're going to be following? Much like we had this trend line right here. If we draw it from here, really quickly here. Doesn't seem to want to participate with me today. All right, well, I will draw it and post it later. Got a lot of stuff running. Deal with it later. All right, guys, have an amazing weekend. Be culling. So be aware of that. Know that potentially if we close above 321.50, excuse me, below 321.50, the market is likely going to be bearish going into next week. Not a guarantee. And then if we close above 324.50, likely bullish going into next week. We'll likely